Good morning. I want to share with you a bit of scripture from Gospel of John, chapter 2, starting with verse 1. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus says unto him, They have no wine. And Jesus says unto her, Woman, what have I to do with you? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother says unto the servants, Whatsoever he says unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. And Jesus says unto them, Fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he says unto them, Draw now and bear unto the governor the feast, and they bore it. And when the ruler of the feast had tasted water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom. He says unto him, Every man at the beginning does set forth the good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But you have kept the good wine until now. This beginning of miracles did Jesus in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. And the scripture right there are talking about Jesus' first miracle that he performed, and this is at wedding feast that was in Cana, and Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding, and so is Jesus' mother, and they had a bit of a problem. They they quickly ran out of wine. It's like and the mother is like so concerned, and she turns to Jesus like, Jesus, do something. They have no wine. And Jesus is like, Woman, what have I to do with you? Mine hour is not yet come. I mean, he's like, this wasn't the time for Jesus to show himself as a miracle worker. So, I mean, but Jesus' mother knew that Jesus was going to do something, even if he wasn't going to do it publicly. So she says to the servants, Whatsoever he, my son, says for you to do it. And so they have it's like 6 stone water pots. They're contained like 20 to 30 gallons apiece, and these were used for like for purification rituals. And Jesus told the servants to fill the water pots up to the brim, and they filled them up to the brim. And Jesus said, "Draw some out now and give it unto the governor of the feast." And so they did that. And when the governor of the feast drank the water that became wine, he he knew not where it came from, but the disciples knew. So he says to the says bride to the bridegroom that every man does set forward the good wine at the beginning of the feast, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But you have kept the good wine until now. It's like this. This is Jesus discreetly showing forth his first miracle that made his disciples believe in him. So, the thing I want to bring up in this about this miracle is the question of did Jesus give did Jesus make water out of wine, or did he as some people say make grape juice? Because it can go either way. I mean, there's some people who say yes, he made wine. However, wine of that time period was basically of a lower alcohol content than like today's wine or alcoholic beverages, and it's just it, it, and usually wine of that period is like cut with like a little bit of water to make it drinkable. Just thinking about like the last verse of Second Maccabees. I know that's that's not canonical scripture, but I might as well go there to show show something, and just um, Second Maccabees 15:39. For as it is hurtful to drink wine or water alone, and as wine mingled with water is pleasant and delights the taste, even so speech finely framed together delights the ears of them that read the story. And here shall be an end. And just I mean, even the writer of the Second Maccabees knew that that wine that's mixed with water with is delightful to the taste, and it's just like, yeah, that that's how they drink wine. And Paul encouraged Timothy to drink a little wine for his stomach, because he had like ulcers and stuff like that, and just and it was used as like medicine for like stomach upsets and all that fun stuff. However, there's some that say that that Jesus just created like grape juice, and they reason that by saying that that the Lord would not create anything that would get people drunk, because drunkenness is a sin in the eyes of the Lord. And just and if people have already drunk wine that was drunk the good wine at the beginning, and it's just like Jesus gave him better wine than that. I don't think he used the Lord. Well, they say that they don't think that the Lord would want them to get like stupidly drunk, and just like think about what it says in Proverbs, and saying that wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, or they say beer is a brawler, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. I mean, but Bible speaks against drunkenness, and however Jesus himself was a drinker of wine, and Jesus says that of himself that the Son of Man has come eating and drinking, and they say that he is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. This is what they were saying of him. Yes, he did drink wine, and of course there's the question of whether he drank wine or grape juice at the Last Supper, and it can go either way. It's like, yes, he drank wine, and second is like, no, he drank grape juice, and because wine contains like a little yeast to ferment the stuff, so it become wine, become alcoholic, and Jesus was presenting himself as the unleavened bread for Passover. He was the Lamb without blemish, and Jesus was offering himself as a Passover lamb, just it can go either way. I mean, some would say Jesus drank wine, and some will say Jesus only drank grape juice. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to share with you in this video. So have a good day, and may God bless you.